Let's turn to how lucky we are as sports fans. Sometimes we don't notice the forest from the trees.
Positive. I love it.
Yes.
Let's go.
Right? Sometimes we don't notice forest from trees. We have currently, as last night was a perfect encapsulation of it, 2 young athletes in North American professional sports that are outstanding, that are unicorns. One, many of you already have seen and consider him a unicorn, based certainly on his first 2 years in the NBA and what we saw in the bubble last year. But last night, Luka Doncic with his team in that 7 seed that we're hearing quite a bit about.
He said
he said himself, I'm playing 72 games, and now I got to play 2 games in order to actually keep going on. Right. Normally, in previous years, a 7 seed will assure yourself of a first-round series. Now, it assures you only of a play-in game against a 10th-seeded team for the right to move on in a play-in tournament to be a 7 and an 8 seed in an actual first round of an NBA playoffs. And right now, the Mavericks are firmly ensconced in that 7 seed in front of the Grizzlies, who took on the Mavericks last night. And that's what made this as big a shot as possible, because they're now 2.5 games in front of the Grizzlies as opposed to just a half game in front of the Grizzlies, with the Pelicans as the 11 seed, 2 games back. I mean, this is dire stuff. Certainly if you have the desire to get out of the play-in tournament and be right on the heels of the 6-seeded Trailblazers. And Doncic just took that 3-point shot with his foot
he was like
beyond the 3-point line. What would you say? Is that a 45-degree angle? Like, he looked like a pass rusher with a swim move coming around the edge. He looked like, Von Miller coming around the edge with that shot, where he had to go up and under the Memphis defense and keep his foot behind the 3-point line. And the ball, I think, got released, I would think, what would you say, 2, 3, 4 feet inside the 3-point line?
Like, for sure.
He leapt from behind the arc, but once the ball left his hand, he was damn near at the elbow. And normally what would be from that spot, like a jump shot, it counted for 3 points and thus the 1-point win. Holy crap, what a huge shot that was.
Oh, my gosh.
And we might be looking back at that if they're a 6 seed. We might be looking back at that if they are the 7 seed instead of the 8 seed. Cuban comes running off of from the crowd, and he's one of the first to hug Luka. And
that's awesome.
Heck of a night in the NBA with that shot. And then in Major League Baseball, let's talk about this. I know I've been ranting quite a bit lately, and it's a good word for it. Sometimes, as you know, I get the New York in me, I get a little heated up. Certainly when a sport that I love so much is stuck in their own, reverse because of their problem with game presentation with replay. I'll put that aside. What Ronald Acuna Jr. is doing for the Atlanta Braves is unicorn stuff. It's unicorn stuff. The guy is hitting .447 a couple weeks into the season. The guy is hitting .447 with power at the top of this lineup. The guy is hitting .447 at the top of this lineup with power and speed. We have seen him as he's coming off of a 2-home run night last night and a OPS of 1.500, 1,500. It's stupid. Just in case you're wondering, what does that mean? I'll just tell you this. It's stupid.
That's great analysis.
Thank you. We've seen him beat out a grounder to lead off a game, a regular grounder to short, and Didi Gregorius of the Phillies, and this was the game in which the replay botched home plate, so we might have missed the first play of the game. He beats out a regular grounder to short, and Gregorius didn't lollipop it over. He's got a howitzer.
Yeah.
Beat it out. We've seen him tag up and score from third base on a pop-out caught by a second baseman. Now, he was going into center field with his momentum taking him out towards the outfield, but still. I know a friend of the program, so maybe. I think he is. Big Cat.
Yeah.
He's calling in the face of baseball on his Twitter feed, and I don't disagree with him. I know he's an Atlanta Brave. Back in the day when we were younger, the Braves were America's team.
Yeah,
they were in the superstation coast to coast.
Watch every
Because
game.
he's having fun, too. You see him on base messing around with first baseman, second baseman, grabbing the bill of their caps, and just messing around, having fun.
Yeah, he scored from third the other night. I mean, I watch a lot of Braves games in my house, obviously. He scored from third the other night and was poking fun at the center fielder because he couldn't throw him out. They're doing the mix it up as they round the bases, and they're just having a great time. He is incredible to watch.
Can't get enough of it. Can't get enough of it.
Face of baseball? I might be pushing it.
No, I understand, though, that we're talking about who is the favorite? Bryce Harper?
I think it's Fernando Tatis, to be honest, even though he's out right now. But he really burst onto the scene in the bubble. He's on the cover of MLB The Show, the video game. He's front and center in Gatorade commercials. Major League Baseball commercials. They're doing a better job of kind of pushing the players with some of their ads. Mike Trout also maybe face of the game.
Well, maybe Acuña's putting his name in the mix with Betts and everybody
Mookie
else
as well,
too.
Yeah. I think baseball.
I'm having fun watching.
In terms of young players, they're in a good spot.
I might remote drop if I come upon his at bats.
Yeah.
Luka and Acuna.
What a night.
Acuna and Luka.
Love it. And I think it's worth pointing out
studs.
2 non-American players. Luka's from Slovenia, Acuna not American-born, and I think that's awesome that these 2 kids are the face of America's quote-unquote game.
To use the phrase from Hamilton, which I don't know if you're as familiar with as I am.
I'm not.
Immigrants, they get the job done.
Yeah.
So it's been fun to watch so far and where they'll take their teams. Acuna is definitely, if there is such a thing 2 weeks in, your front runner for National League Most Valuable Player. I'll throw that one out there, bud.
Totally agree with you.
Just to clarify
I'll just
something.
throw that one out there for you. Who knows if I'm over my skis or excited because I'm so excited about watching him play. But it's time to talk about that as opposed to something else. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.